Let's attention to business now. The Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria has emphasized the need for taxpayers' education as a cornerstone for building resilient and informed societies in shaping the tax base and contributing to the economic vitality of the nation. This was part of the summation at the annual Tax Week Symposium, with focus on stimulating revenue growth through a friendly business and tax environment. Professionals in the fiscal space also want a review of the tax laws and regulations to ensure that tax incentives and exemptions align with broader economic development goals. Speakers during the symposium are optimistic that Nigeria can establish an effective regulatory framework and compliance system for administrative tax incentives and fostering economic development while maintaining fiscal discipline across the board.
Sustainable revenue generation aligns with the principle of sustainable development has been established, emphasizing the need to balance economic prosperity with social and environmental responsibility. Nigeria has not been sitting on its oars over the years. There has been effort to see how we can bring in more tax revenue to the net of the government.
This is a program that is focused on how to stimulate growth in Nigeria, especially when it comes to tax revenue. And the whole idea is not just about generating revenue, but it's about how you use the revenue.
To educate the people, right, both the taxpayers and the government as a whole. The way the government is going to grow their revenue in a way, in a symbiotic relationship with the taxpayers by creating an environment, a good business environment, a friendly business environment for the taxpayers.
Away from there now, the Nigerian British Chamber of Commerce, NBCC, is calling for more incentives to enhance Nigeria's manufacturing sector and engagement of young people in the affairs of running businesses to boost productivity. President of the Chamber, Mr. Ray Ateli, made the call at the Chamber's Next Generation series on manufacturing seminar in Lagos Tang, transforming a manufacturing business, a trip into the future of manufacturing. He said the young generation is not only the future of businesses, but the strength of survival of business across all sectors of the economy, while appealing to corporate enterprises to have confidence in young people who are driven by cutting-edge technology and innovation and the capacity to influence the future of manufacturing for socio-economic growth of the country.
We will take away some learnings through this interaction, which will bolster confidence of anyone who may be having nightmares about handing over their prized businesses to a successor they do not trust completely. The next generation is not the future. They are the strength, the dexterity, and the restless spirit that drives innovation.
Private sector, family-run business, and still actually be able to actualize that growth and be able to put yourself in a standing. And we open up our books. We have to break barriers because the assumption is that we're coming to fail. So go there, don't assume, and don't feel entitled because I know him, I know her, I must do it. It's not. We must change our mindset.
In line with the federal government's plans to formalize the operation of small businesses, one of Nigeria's mobile money operators has handed over more than 219,000 agents and merchants on its platform to the Corporate Affairs Commission for registration and regularization. Speaking at the handover in Abuja, the Registrar General of the Corporate Affairs Commission says this will expand the tax net, encourage businesses, and create more jobs for Nigerians. He called on all business owners to surrender their businesses for registration in line with the Company and Allied Matters Act 2020.
Matters Act 2020, that's the extant law now, and particularly Section 814 made it mandatory for any person doing business in his own name, must register with the Corporate Affairs Commission. That is why we are going after. We are emphasizing and calling people to surrender themselves for registration. If you are gaining, or if you are doing your business, if you are using your name and gaining benefit or anything to attract benefit to yourself with that name, you must register. It's a requirement of the law.
Central Bank of Nigeria has a policy of financial inclusion. They are trying to get a lot of people in the rural areas to get included financially. So that is where we come in. So on that note, we have a lot of people, even in the rural area, who are using POS to help people pay out money and also make deposit money. So there are people of this category are the ones we are handing over to CAC today.
Let's take a look at the stock market trading for today. The market pulled up share prices as big companies move to improve values. Let's join the market editor, Ifeanyi Ikom, for more.
The Nigerian stock market closed trading for the week in the positive territories as big cap stocks were raised in values. Renewed interest in equities market saw the index swelled by 1.57%. Many fund managers have so far taken huge cash reward from the investment following price jumps that swept the market since November. Weekend deals favored Barfoot with 10% gain. First Bank Holding, UBA, and CWG also closed trades with gains. The low traders with declining values included Etana Oil, Access Holding, ICO Insurance, and Champion Breweries. Trades volume have been shrinking in the last few weeks due to trade fatigue in some sectors of the markets. 342 million units of shares worth 8 billion naira were crossed in the market sectors. Analysts talk about market holding up trades with caution. Ifeanyi Ikom, TVC News, Lagos.